My friends, this is a great time to become a channel member. Every week now I'm posting uncensored videos exclusively for my channel members, along with custom emojis and live streams for members at the arch-villain level where you get to talk to me directly. Please consider supporting this channel by clicking the link in the video description and joining us in our fight to save pop culture. And also, check out our Patreon and Subscribe-Star pages for exclusive content you won't find anywhere else, including Harvey Cthulhu's insane podcasts, photos of my vast toy collection, and members at the Legionnaire level receive a signed photo, membership card, and certificate signed by me. You'll find the Patreon link in the video description as well. Thanks for watching, my friends, and now on to the video. Greetings, my friends. I am Dictor Van Doomcock, the future ruler of Earth, broadcasting from my hidden base at the center of the Earth, and I am here today with some rumors from one of my oldest sources about what's happening behind the scenes at Paramount in regards to Star Trek. And let me tell you, if these allegations are true, there's a hell of a lot going on. Now, for those of you who missed it last week due to holiday distractions, a massive development occurred on the Star Trek front. To put it in Monty Python and the Holy Grail-esque terms, just as Eric Idle was shouting, "Bring out your dead!" with a cart filled with corpses, Michael Palin lugged the Star Trek franchise out of the hut and was about to chuck the body onto the cart, and Star Trek said, "I'm not quite dead. I'm feeling much better, actually." And then, lo and behold, a Christmas miracle. In the series finale of Star Trek Lower Decks, they decanonized Star Trek Discovery, Mikey Spock, and everything directly associated with it, which means most of Kurtzman Trek is now officially erased from canon. I say officially because, as it turns out, Lower Decks is considered canon, and in that episode some kind of unreality wave hits the established Star Trek universe we all know and love, creating an alternate universe where Klingons are replaced with Klingorks, and Spock suddenly has a human sister named Mikey Spock, and sonar in space and all the crap we hate. That episode sandboxed all of Kurtzman Trek associated with STD, thereby confirming what Doomcock said all along. STD is not Star Trek and never was. Now, the only question that I and other fans have had after hearing this news about Lower Decks is, how involved was Paramount in this decision? How involved was Skydance, who are acquiring Paramount? Did this just slip through the cracks by accident? Or was this a deliberate decision to end the fan abuse and take Star Trek into a new direction? Well, my friends, over the holidays, one of my oldest sources contacted me with a massive rumor update, and I am prepared to share these rumors with you today.
Doomcock, this was the ultimate Christmas gift for fans, dude. The end of an era of fan abuse and gaslighting, deliberate insults, and the death of the bright, shining dream that was Star Trek. They were just shitting all over Gene Roddenberry's creation with every single episode, and it drove people crazy. STD, getting erased, is the biggest pop culture development since your channel began. But what are the details behind the scenes? What are your sources telling you, Doomcock?
Well, Harvey Cthulhu, let's take a look at what I was told. At this point, I must state that what I'm about to share with you is information provided to me by sources claiming knowledge of the situation at Paramount and Skydance, but since I cannot personally confirm any of this, I am presenting it as unverified rumor, and I ask you to please take it with a grain of salt. So let's get right down to the big question everyone is asking. Did Paramount and Skydance want Kurtzman Trek erased from canon, or was it simply a mistake, an oversight, or something they allowed to happen through inaction by default? My friends, buckle up, for this is what I was told. Quote, "My source sent me the following. I've got a Trek update. Our CBS source said the last show of Lower Decks was to clear the books and put STD in the Bizarro-like Superman universe and clear canon Trek for future use. They were ordered to do so by Skydance and stop pissing fans off and cut the crap. No one will air STD or wants merchandise from it, and it was killing normal Trek. So they admitted it is not the original universe and will say so in coming articles, and ultimately all Trek made by Kurtzman will be non-canon. The CBS source says, when people see Section 31, there's going to be an effing riot anyway. Apparently, 31 is so bad, Yoei is concerned it's going to affect her career. They are now talking about willowing the entirety of Kurtzman-made Trek, and this is freaking people out now as they are not going to get their royalties.
Now, wait a minute. What do you mean, willowing the entirety of Kurtzman Trek?
Well, Harvey, this is what Disney did when they had a show that was such a horrible bomb that they wanted to take it as a complete write-off and just get some tax breaks from it. Willow was an absolute abomination from Lucasfilm. It was full of agenda. Nobody watched it. Nobody wanted it. Nobody was happy with it. And Disney decided, you know what? We're going to yank it off of Disney Plus. We're going to deep six it, sandbox it, and take it as a tax write-off. That is essentially what my understanding is of the situation in a rough sense. Willow is gone. And so when they say that they are now talking about willowing the entirety of Kurtzman Trek, that would be a similar thing. Going ahead and pulling it all off of all the streaming networks, burying it deep, and claiming it as whatever write-off or that they can. All that I can do is report what I've been told. However, if this alleged information is true, the fact that they're talking about willowing it at all shows where their heads are at, which is, holy crap, we've made a terrible mistake.
Kind of quoting Jason Bateman in Arrested Development. I've made a terrible mistake.
Yes, exactly. Here is more from what my source told me. And remember, this is rumor. Quote, licensing revenue at CBS Trek down 92.4% in 2024 fiscal year, blamed entirely on Kurtzman. Skydance did not give them a choice. CBS said it's politics and the economy. Skydance replied, we both know that's nonsense. You politicize the IP and fans are prepared to give you their money. They've been begging you for 15 years to give you their money and you're ignoring them. Cut it out. And these are the changes you are going to make now. My source then gives me some information that I am not as of yet comfortable with sharing. However, they say at the end that Skydance is looking to completely rebuild the franchise from scratch. That was specifically stated. Skydance is looking to rebuild the franchise from scratch. They don't want any of this product associated with the franchise, and they want to go ahead and have a fresh start.
Rebuild from scratch? Holy shit, dude! Rebuild it from scratch? Is it too late? It's too late, isn't it?
I think it's probably too late. However, I applaud any effort whatsoever to try and rescue this poor, beleaguered franchise and render it free from the corrupting influence of New Trek and all of its offshoots. My friends, this could be quite a New Year's resolution if Skydance were willing to publicly make it. That would be an amazing thing for Skydance to actually come out and say, our New Year's resolution is to rebuild Star Trek from the ground up and make Star Trek great again. Will this happen? Only time will tell, my friends, but one thing is clear. There are always possibilities, as a friend of mine was fond of saying. From the center of the earth, this is Victor Van Doomcock bidding you all, my friends, stay angry. Ha 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 ha